Everything you need to know. Captivating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. All at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips.
Welcome back to Midday Live on TV3. This is news coming to you from our studio here. Time now to do business, though. We go straight to Abossey Okai, where, if you would recall, that the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, was in Parliament earlier this year and said that there's going to be some tax rebates or tax reliefs for importation of spare parts. But there seems to be some discomfort. So let's go to Nanekia Mensah-Brampa, our business reporter in Abossey Okai. What's happening?
Anxiety and agitation from importers on Monday after news broke that some spare parts dealers may not enjoy tax cuts that were announced in the 2017 budget. Precisely, let's look at what we are talking about. In terms of taxes that have been taking off, we have the 1% special levy that has been taking off for the spare parts dealers, as well as a 17.5% VAT on financial services. The main issue has to do with a 10% import duty on spare parts. And this afternoon, joining us here, activities rather slow here at Abossey Okai. I'll be asking him more questions on that. But Joseph Paddy is the chairman of the Abossey Okai Spare Parts Dealers Association, and he joins us this afternoon to explain why this has happened and the way forward. Good afternoon, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon to TV3 and then to your cherished viewers.
Now, Mr. Paddy, tell us, really, do you feel betrayed together as a group having the 10% import duty not in place now?
Not at all. We don't feel betrayed. It was exciting when it was announced that there's going to be abolishment of 10% import duty on spare parts. The whole spare parts community was excited, and it was a welcome news. So after that, some few things need to be put in place before the implementation. And we've been collaborating with government for all this while. We've had a series of meetings with the minister and the deputy minister of finance, Kwati. We have a roundtable discussions, and we're putting the nitty-gritty in place so that when we start the implementation, we won't have any shortfalls. So that's where we are now. So not that I think government has a goodwill for announcing it alone. It's a goodwill, and I don't think they are holding back their wares. So
now, before I go into your meetings with government and how far you have arrived, I know right after the announcement, some of the dealers here slashed prices of their goods. Really, how are they reacting to this particular one regarding the 10% import duty not being taken off?
I don't know where you got that information from, but I don't know what prompted them or what.
These are signs we picked. That is why I'm asking that question.
It's an allegation, it's an allege. So what I'm trying to imply is that what went into that decision that they took. We have open market operation. Price of goods and services are free. You don't determine price of goods and service. So if an individual decides to reduce his goods, why not? There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying here is that, we've had such experience before where government come with an exemptions and people abuse it. So where we stand as business community and where we also want government to realize its revenue, we told government, let's be mindful of whatever we're going to do so that people don't abuse the system. That's why we are putting all these systems in place. Yes, so it's not that government has betrayed us. We are not betrayed at all. So we are giving ourselves some few months.
Now, Mr. Paddy, regarding the meeting with government, I also picked up that there were some issues with the ECOWAS treaty. Basically, what is in that treaty that is stopping the movement of this 10% import duty to come into force?
No, I think I think they are talking about the ECOWAS extended tariffs. I think even in that there's a provision of a room for exemptions. So I don't think that will entangle us as a sovereign nation not to implement whatever policy government wants to be. So then they have to go back to ECOWAS for some of these things to be ironed out. But that policy will not stop government intervention when it comes to exemption of 10% duty on spare parts.
So is there still hope of the removal of the 10% on imports?
We are too much hopeful. We are too much hopeful. Where we've gotten to, we have too much hope. We have made an input to this. And like I said, government and business committee, we call it PPP, private-public partnership. So we have also made an input, and we are collaborating with government as to how we can do it and do it well. We don't, like I said, we don't want people to abuse whatever exemptions. See, but the target group for this exemption that government came out with is for the final consumer. You see, government is looking beyond even the businessman. What can we do to make sure that our people will be relieved? And that's why government came with this policy. So this policy is to target the final consumer, which you and I, we are all consumers. Yes, so in that vein, I don't think it's out of place where we also, the business committee, we are asking government to take it easy and take time to make sure things are done and done well.
All right, thank you. That's all time will permit. Here, Joseph Paddy is the chairman of the Abossey Okai spare parts dealers, and I must say they are still hopeful, looking forward that the discussions with government concerning the ECOWAS common external issues would be dealt with, and that 10% import duty hopefully will be taking off in about a month's time, as he gave me. So, coming to you live from Abossey Okai here, my name is Naneke Amensa Abrampa. Back to you in the studio.